Yo, what up, guys? January 2nd, 2019. It's only the second day into the year here, but it's already getting weird. It's already getting weird out there. This year is going to be something else, most definitely. Anyway, getting into it, first of all, shout out to a sponsor of this channel, Noble Gold Investments. They help you invest your money into precious metals, and they can do that in a couple different ways. Number one, you can call them right up, and they can give you advice over the phone. And number two, they have commemorative coins you can grab. They have a Trump coin. They also have rare coins you can get as well, a couple of options. But nevertheless, investing into precious metals is a very good idea as we head into 2019 here. The value of them is only going to go up. So if you want Noble Gold to help you out, there'll be a link to their website and their phone number in the description down below. Now getting into today's happenings, first of all, new sealed indictment count, or as some people like to say, sealed court proceedings. Nevertheless, we have a new count now that we're in a new month, and that number is now up to almost 70,887 entered in about a 12-month span, so it looks like the average is still around 5,000 per month being added to this list. But nevertheless, 71,000 sealed court records around the country. We already know a big-ass hammer is about to drop very soon. Next, getting into some of Trump's happenings. So he held a cabinet meeting today, right? You can see there, new Secretary of Defense Patrick Shanahan next to him. But during this cabinet meeting, he had a poster laid out right in front of him. Fox's headline says here, Trump's Game of Thrones-inspired poster featured during cabinet meeting sparks social media frenzy. His sanctions are coming poster right there. And what's interesting is he actually tweeted this poster, a picture of it, last year. He did that on November 2nd. Here it is right here, that tweet. And what Anons on 8chan noticed, right, is that in this tweet, it says sanctions are coming November 5th. The date on this one he printed out for his cabinet meeting says November 4th. Why the day off? Well, I'm going to reference this tweet here from the Sharp Edge. He puts it together nicely. It says, Trump displayed a sanctions are coming poster today during the cabinet meeting. MSM widely reported about it. But Anons noticed that the date of the poster is different from its original. The poster displayed at the cabinet meeting stated November 4th. Why? Well, Anons know why. And we have Q to help us understand why. So Q's post from November 4th last year, the same date that was on that poster, brings us to a wonderful meme telling us exactly what's about to drop. So in this meme, we have 4 different movie posters showing, and one of them says Guardians of the Pedophiles. They're all plays on words from popular movies. Guardians of the Pedophiles. Next one says Panic in DC. I'm sure that's happening right now. And third one says FISA-gate. All now playing. So with this poster on his desk during the cabinet meeting, quite obviously a message to all of us, everybody, Anons and public alike, that some shit's about to drop. Most definitely. It's going to be a good year, right? Good year. Let's talk about Mike Flynn. So John Solomon, our homeboy, one of our few trusted mainstream media reporters that we have, he put out this opinion piece for The Hill today that says, exculpatory Russia evidence about Mike Flynn, U.S. intelligence kept secret. Okay? And basically it says here, for nearly 2 years now, the intelligence community has kept secret evidence in the Russia collusion case that directly undercuts the portrayal of retired Army general and former Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn as a Russia stooge. So this opinion piece is essentially saying exactly what intelligence was kept secret. Basically, Flynn was not undermining this country. He brought back some useful intelligence, and he acted as a patriot. The last line says here, on that score, the first accounts of the Russia-Flynn story, like many others in the still unproven collusion narrative, should be amended to reflect that the retired general acted like a patriot, not a traitor, when he visited Moscow for the RT event. So, there you go. John Solomon helping us out in the mainstream media, proving Flynn is a patriot, is a good guy. I would say clear him now. But remember, he's still helping with some sort of investigation that doesn't have anything to do with the Russia investigation. So his guilty plea, who knows, is that all in the plan so he can help with these investigations? Remember, I'm wondering what he's actually doing right now. Definitely wondering. Next, let's talk about a WikiLeaks tweet made today. So WikiLeaks tweeted this. All it said was Assange or WikiLeaks. I saw it, and I also saw when they deleted it. I retweeted it before they deleted it, and I went back and I saw that this tweet could not be found. I'm like, WikiLeaks deleted this. Luckily, somebody got a screen capture that I was able to grab and retweet. But it says here, Assange or WikiLeaks. Very interesting. Somebody actually made note that this isn't the first time that WikiLeaks had tweeted something like this. They'd done it before, but this might be the first time that they deleted a tweet like this. And what's intriguing to me is that, of course, for you Qers out there, they've said before through Q that WikiLeaks has been compromised. You may have the site, but we have the source, i.e., you may have WikiLeaks, but we have the intelligence and or Julian Assange himself. So, if I had to choose between Julian Assange or WikiLeaks, I would definitely choose Julian Assange. Granted that WikiLeaks is probably owned and operated by the CIA right now, but hey, very interesting that this was tweeted then deleted. A lot of tweeting and deleting going on lately. Yesterday we had Strategic Command, tweet and then delete a tweet about bombs dropping, right? Well, we gonna get some declass soon? I hope. I definitely hope. Speaking of declassification, we have these hackers. These hackers known as the Dark Overlord, a hacking collective, and they announced on New Year's Eve, a couple of days ago, that it had broken into the computer systems of a law firm, apparently, and obtained files related to the September 11th attacks. This was first reported in the Motherboard, and this hacking collective is basically trying to extort cryptocurrency, threatening to dump secret 9/11 docs if they don't get, their Bitcoin ransom. Bitcoin, specific crypto. So if they don't get their Bitcoin, they're going to dump all these 9/11 docs. So frankly, I think this is a psyop, and I'm going to tell you why. So first of all, in my initial search into a few of the documents they posted a few, actually, it's really turned up nothing substantial to me. They all seem to be, or at least the ones I've went through, not all of them. I haven't had time to go through all of them, but the ones I have searched through, they seem benign. They don't really seem like anything important. And the fact that it's getting all this mainstream media attention, very weird to me. The fact that Motherboard reported it first, the fact that I'm seeing it reported in all of this corporate propaganda, deep state media, basically. So what I'm feeling initially that this is that it could very well be a CIA psyop to do maybe a few things. Number one, get ahead of the story. Maybe get ahead of a story on 9/11, because of course 9/11's been in the news recently. We have a progress on investigations and actually a court proceeding into 9/11 going on. So this could be something to get ahead of that particular story, right? It could also be a way for them to delete files and then blame it on the hackers. Oh no, all this 9/11 evidence went up in smoke and let's blame it on these hackers. There's a few ways I think that they could go about this particular psyop. Could be something else as well, but that's just the initial intuition I'm getting from this. It's just the mainstream media attention it's getting is odd, and if they really wanted to do a service to humanity, just dump it. Just dump these 9/11 docs, guys. Jeez, don't try to extort Bitcoin. And the fact that it's Bitcoin, too. It's not anything else but Bitcoin. I mean, what are they going to do with that? So, weird. Next, let's talk about Trump again. Trump proclaiming January as month committed to abolishing of human trafficking. So he issued a proclamation through the White House today, issuing January as being the month to basically end human trafficking, National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. This is not the first time he's done it. He did it last January as well. So seems to be a recurring thing that he's doing. Every January, make it Human Trafficking Awareness Month. But what's really cool is that I see Donald Trump lately being much more outspoken against human trafficking. So we have this, we have the border wall that he's definitely pushing for, and the main reason for that wall is for human and drug trafficking, which Donald Trump has also publicly stated as well. So lots of things lining up to show us that human trafficking is going to be a massive target for the Trump administration in the year of 2019. And I'm sure with a lot of the declassification and outing that we're going to be getting about the Clinton Foundation, it's just all going to line up. It's all going to line up beautifully. Now let's move on to talking China. So Business Insider reporting this yesterday. A Chinese warship armed with an electromagnetic railgun appears to have set sail on the open ocean. Chinese ship armed with what is believed to be an electromagnetic railgun. This is advanced stuff, right? This is really advanced stuff. And actually, I wonder if this particular technology that the Chinese now have, look to be testing at least, if this was either hacked or given to them, right, quote, given to the Chinese from the U.S. We very well know that recently, or last year, 2018 now, that there were multiple Chinese hackers, Chinese spies who were indicted here in America for hacking U.S. aerospace corporations over the span of, I believe, about 5 years from 2010 to 2015. So what we're seeing now is a massive increase in Chinese capabilities. They've got stealth fighters that they're rapidly building up. They've got electromagnetic railguns. China is building a base in Antarctica. China's landing a lunar probe on the moon. We'll talk about that in a sec. Some stuff going on with space. But we see a lot of these advances from China, right? And I'm wondering, some dots are kind of connecting to my head, if a lot of these advancements we're seeing, or if a lot of these, like the base in Antarctica, where did China get any idea about Antarctica? Were they stealing intelligence from America? Wondering. Same thing with this EM railgun, same thing with their stealth technologies. A lot of these technologies, electromagnetic railgun, the stealth technologies, even Antarctica and the moon, that's secret space program type stuff. That's Black Project type stuff. And with those Chinese spies trying to hack into U.S. aircraft and aerospace corporations, just kind of all makes sense to me. So there you go. There's my rant on China. Next, moving on into space. This article here is saying space in 2019 will be all about the moon and one weird asteroid. So like I said, China landing that lunar probe on the moon, backside of the moon actually. We'll see if they actually tell us anything good or if it's just another public smokescreen. And there's absolutely nothing on the moon, nothing to see here, right? There's lots of stuff on the moon. And the moon's not actually a moon. But anyway, back to this. I think we're going to see a lot of stuff in regards to space in 2019. I think a lot of it's going to be fairly benign, fairly lame, but we might see some bits and pieces poke through with juicy details, with disclosure type details, We did see that Washington Times article come out on Christmas Eve detailing secret space programs and UFOs and the Space Force being used to disclose that. So I'm very curious to see what we're going to get from NASA. NASA's always been used as kind of a smokescreen. Look over here, not over here, right? So I'm curious to see what 2019 is going to bring us. And speaking of that one weird asteroid, NASA spacecraft captures images of Ultima Thule in farthest flyby of space object in our solar system. The name Thule, very intriguing name, okay? The Thule Society was actually a German secret society in Nazi Germany during World War II. The Thule Society. They helped Hitler's rise to power. They helped Maria Orsic and the Vril Society with a lot of her channelings, and they helped actually with funding some of the secret space programs that were being created during Nazi Germany. Yes, that long ago. So the name of this, Ultima Thule, they're calling this Object Thule. Of course, we know that a lot of those Nazi scientists and engineers came into America post-World War II. Many of them were filled into NASA. Tool. Did that secret society ever go away? Right? The Nazis didn't really lose World War II. They just went underground, and many of them immigrated into this country, got brought in. So all these names that they often name things tool. It's just a coded message right there in plain sight. There's also a Tool Air Force Base in Greenland. There's a Tool Island down there near Antarctica, actually. So, Tool, man, just notice that name. Notice that name and see if you see it around sometimes. One more thing on space, then we'll finish up with a couple articles here. Russian physicists come closer to plasma engine for superfast space travel. And not just that, but I actually saw a couple days ago that NASA posted a video on their Twitter describing how they're going to begin work in coming up with nuclear propulsion technologies for their rockets. Nuclear propulsion, so they can go farther and deeper into space, maybe a manned Mars mission. They're claiming nuclear propulsion with their rockets is going to help get them there. Russia is claiming that a plasma engine for their rockets are going to help get them there with super fast space travel. So, what do I have to say about this? Still touching on the Black Project, secret space program stuff. What they would actually have in the real secret space programs, the deep ones, the black projects, it's way beyond this, right? They don't need rockets anymore. They've figured out the gravity equation. They just use their electromagneto-gravitic technologies to levitate stuff and dematerialize it and faster than light travel. So this is nothing we're seeing come to the public domain. But one thing I am kind of speculating what might happen as we progress through the next couple of years. I've said before, Trump and Putin trolling the world. Trump and Putin being a part of this alliance to take down the deep state. At the very same time they're taking down the deep state, they also have to disclose a lot of the secrets that the deep state has been keeping. Okay? They have to do this in a very careful way. I think what's going to happen is that Russia and America are going to get into a space race. Now, it's going to be a space race, we could say militarily, on the optics level. The optics of it's going to be a space race because they need to defend their countries, etc. But really, they're going to be working together, and the space race is just the excuse for them to start rolling out a lot of these technologies. It's going to be really easy. We're seeing it start easy with technologies that are going to get their rockets to travel a little bit faster, whether it's plasma engines or nuclear engines on their rockets. But very soon, as this Space Command comes into fruition, maybe we even get a Space Force soon. As Russia starts coming out with their more advanced stuff, they just tested a hypersonic missile, I think, last week. Now the plasma engine for super fast space travel. This space race is going to get exponentially quicker. And that space race, like I said, is just going to be the optics for them to roll out these technologies. Because this deep state's going to get exposed. They're going to get taken down. Very much so, I don't doubt that. But the more difficult part, almost, you could say, is admitting the secrets that they've kept without upsetting the public, without making the public want to take Molotov cocktails and blowtorches to, people in the good guys now, basically. They're just going to be pissed. The public's going to be pissed. So we got to roll out these secrets easily, but I think it's going to happen way quicker than we realize, and we can already see that manifest. So the last couple things I want to share with you guys. This here, still on the topic of space, actually. Then we'll move on into fluoride and vaccines. Growing number of people report seeing a flying red sphere off South Carolina coast. Is it a UFO? And this is the video. It's a 5-minute long video that was posted to YouTube. She took it Christmas Eve. She took it about a week ago. Posted it on New Year's Eve, I believe. Just posted it. But you can see it right there. Red orb. If you actually play this video, you definitely get a reaction. She's like filming it. What the heck's that in the sky? Blah, blah, blah. And as I said in my video yesterday, oftentimes how you can tell if a video is real or not is if you're getting a reaction. If they edit the audio out and put some music over it or some sound effects or whatever the case, or there's no audio, you can't hear anything, it might be a fake. That's just a piece of evidence. Another piece of evidence you have if you're gauging whether it's real or not. So she's definitely noticing something in the sky. She's going, what the heck is that? She posted this on the internet and said it's a possible UFO. She's even saying, I'm not a nut. I just wanted to know if anybody had the same experiences and saw the same stuff. And there you go. So Definitely looks like we have a sighting in the sky over the South Carolina coast. Another point I want to make here, right? So like I just mentioned, we have a technological arms race, essentially a race for disclosure that we could very well see. There's also a race to, I just mentioned, disclose the secrets, disclose the cover-ups, not just the information, but what's been built, right? The craft that's already been built. This could have been an alien UFO, could be ET, non-terrestrial, seeing in the sky, but it could also be a man-made one. And that's the thing. Man-made craft are going to start getting dematerialized, and ET craft are going to start getting dematerialized because they're prepping us for disclosure. They're saying, hey, public, open your eyes, look in the sky. We got some stuff to disclose to you, not just man-made craft that have already been built that we need to disclose, but also the presence of our galactic brethren, other civilizations that are there that have been covered up and not told to you because the deep state's been in power, but deep state's going to soon be out of power, so we got to tell you some things now, guys. Get yourself ready for that. Get yourself ready for that. Expand your thinking. I'm still seeing some people out there that need to do that, but it's a never-ending process. We're all expanding our thinking at all times. So when it comes to what's out there, yeah, expand it. Definitely expand it. Now, last couple things. Vaccine topic. How about a 6 vaccine in one? FDA approves new vaccine from Sanofi and Merck. Because when I think of a corporation that probably has my best interests at heart, I think Merck. / sarcasm, if you couldn't tell. Definitely sarcasm. 6 vaccines in one from Merck. Yeah, no. I'm definitely passing on that. I would suggest you do the same. And last thing on fluoride. Saw this article in some mainstream science outlet. It says, here's what happened when an Alaskan city took fluoride out of their drinking water. And it's just this lengthy piece. They're claiming there's this new scientific study that showed all these people got tooth decay and brittle bones and a bunch of cavities when they took fluoride out. But again, I would highly suggest that you not listen to this and definitely take the fluoride out of just everything you do. Your water, dental products, Teflon pans, even off-gas fluoride. Don't use those. Ceramic, cast iron, you'll be much better. So anyway, that's it for this one, guys. New indictment count. Funny things going on with Trump. Flynn's a good guy. What else do we have? China's getting a bunch of technology. Where'd they get it? Maybe us. Space going to be huge in 2019. I think we're going to see a lot of technologies begin to be disclosed. But understand, there's also a lot of secrets and a lot of technologies that they've been covering up. The bad guys have been covering up for a good long time. So let's get ourselves prepped to start unlearning and relearning about those. And then vaccines and fluoride, don't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Don't touch them with a 10-foot pole. That's all for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.